Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stormforged Heroes, where today we're going to go over the Cursed Hollow recently released dev match, and we're going to see what the devs are up to. I'm the FourCourtJester. With me here today is Squishei, and we're getting right into this game.
Yeah, so it looks like blue team has spawned in, and we see Illidan on the left, Vala, Uther, Falstad, and there's Abathur just deep tunneling into view.
Gotta bring that stylistic entrance, but you know, a really solid team. One thing to look out for there is going to be the Abathur support combos into his DPS. It's a very powerful technique that we are going to see here on the right hand side. We got James Raynor, Nazeeba, Nova in her roller skate costume, Tyrael, and Tassadar.
Yeah, one of the only ones to be in a skin this game, it looks like. But not sure what I think of that one.
Mixed opinions.
Very, but looks like teams are exiting their base right now, and we'll see what goes on in the middle of the map and how they enter the lanes.
So we've seen a few staples here in the comps. Uther once again making an appearance, Nazeeba, but now also bringing the specialist support of Tassadar into being, as well as Abathur.
Yeah, looks like some early roaming going on. A fight breaks out near the top. Illidan looks like he wants to go in here.
But you have Abathur there supporting him. He's going to return some damage just before getting out of the dodge. But Uther is going to be the big target here. We've got some body blocking going on there by Torsten. But oh, it's going to be the shield from Abathur and the knockback from Jim Raynor. Not quite enough to finish him off.
Yeah, that clutch shield from Abathur just saved Uther's life. And he's just going to heal up now. But the fight's just continuing on. Damage being traded back and forth.
Yep, Uther throwing out the heals and the damage. You can see Illidan jumping in, slamming his glaives onto the ground for the damage. Abathur is still inside Falstad there as he throws his hammer, and it does look like Red Team is going to have to retreat out of this one, but early blows in the beginning of this game.
Yeah, for those who don't remember, Abathur can infest any target ally or a tower or building, meaning that was technically a 4v3 in that lane there.
Yeah, Abathur doesn't actually have to be anywhere physically nearby in order to help out his team. That's why, you know, again, he's going to be a bit more of a specialist support class. He's going to be a little bit more unique in his gameplay. But again, you see the shield coming out. He can also shoot out spines from his target host. But you can see his physical body now here in the bottom as he's just tunneling out for that infest.
Yeah, one thing to note in that mid lane, as we saw, that Uther has a healing spell, whereas Tassadar does not. Meaning that Red Team is going to have to rely on that healing well in the nearby fort to keep sustained, where Uther can just heal based on his mana.
A little bit of extra damage landing the way of Falstad from Tyrael Nova combo, but we have the Diablo 3 lane up matchups in the top. Daybringer playing out Vala and Nazeeba being played out there by Machina. Nazeeba throws out his spiders, which will seek and destroy, but at that point, I'm fairly sure Vala is going to have the advantage in that top lane.
Vala, definitely, she does a lot more damage, and Nazeeba, not really the one to deal that. She's more of a supporting type of hero.
Now, this is the Cursed Hollow map, so tributes are going to be the aim of this game, and the first one about to spawn here in the top.
Yeah, so we'll see how the team's positioned around this. It looks like the red team is going to be the first ones at this tribute, and it looks like they're ganging up on Vala.
Yeah, it's a nice rotation down from mid up to top. Daybringer caught out a little bit out of position, but he's going to be able to vault away. Here comes Illidan, landing the return damage on top of Raynor and avoiding the wall of mummies from Nazeeba. No kills as of yet, but hit points are going fast and furious between them.
Yeah, you can see Abathur and Fest on top of Uther there. That's that little symbol above his head as they continue to fight over this tribute.
Tyrael going to be throwing down his Hand of Protection, just channeling out, reducing the damage his team takes. Illidan has to make a run for it, and now it's not looking so good for blue because Uther low hit points against 2 damage dealing classes, and that last shot there from Nova will seal the deal for first and second blood.
Yeah, a great fight from Red Team, and they pick up the first tribute of this game.
So the first tribute going the way of red means that they're going to get themselves a little bit of momentum under their belt, but it is going to be the first to 3. So while you might have the original lead, you still got to solidify 2 more tributes in order to curse your opponents. Nice little effect there with Falstad as you saw him flying over terrain. It is this toggleable passive to just ignore obstacles like that.
Yeah, it's very, very beneficial on this map. There's tons of terrain in between lanes, and basically it just allows them to get there quicker at an expense of mana.
Now, the observer here is showing us different viewpoints. So if you are looking at the minimap, you'll notice that sometimes the tower colors change. Sometimes the fog of war is activated. Right now, we're looking at Jonzi as the viewpoint, which is there just under the Heroes of the Storm Alpha. And in this case, I mean, we're looking at Sin, but we're still only seeing it from the vision of Jonzi. So that's an interesting way to go here for the spectator mode.
Yep. And it looks like the second tribute spotting, this time near the bottom lane. And it looks like Illidan's going to go in. Nova almost gets caught out, but Illidan's dropping low.
A little bit of extra damage going the way of Nova, but again, like that defensive option from Tyrael is going to keep her just fairly healthy. This is going to be the collapse upon on top of Tyrael. He's going to have to throw that sword, teleport to it, get out of dodge. Falstad possibly looking to grab that kill, but he decides to back off. This is the second tribute, so again, getting up to that all-important 3 cap is going to be the aim of the game. A lot of firepower landing here on top of Uther, but Abathur helping him out there with that shield. His own heal comes out as well, but it does not look like Blue is going to be able to contest this tribute.
Red team is super low, though. If they get some kind of engage here, it's not going to look good for Red, but they do pick up the tribute. Let's see if they can get out, because Illidan's looking for some damage right here.
Well, Illidan's actually going to go try to support his teammate. It is Uther now on the retreat. You can see his health there in the top left, and Illidan's just going to have to follow suit. As powerful as the Betrayer might be, he still can't go 3v1.
Definitely not. But Red team got out safe without losing anybody, so that's good. And now they're pushing on the middle fort.
Level 8 to 7, going back and forth. Still only 2 kills on the board. Both of them here for Red. Raynor not actually going to land that penetrating shot on top of Vala. But again, she won't be able to deal 2v1 up against the support of Tassadar and the might of James Raynor.
We saw Abathur help her out a little, but there is a creep wave moving in. And the towers are almost out of ammo. But I think she's going to be able to defend that middle lane.
A nice stalling technique there from Nazeeba, throwing up the wall of mummies just to keep the creeps at bay. As you said, towers here do have ammo. You will see bullets under them. And when they're out, they're out. You got to wait for the respawn.
Yep, the third tribute of the game is spawning near mid, and oh no!
Brilliant ambush. That's going to be the first kill here from Blue, but 2 damage dealers and the stun from Uther is more than enough to take down Nazeeba in that instance.
Yeah, the catch of Red Team Nazeeba, I don't think they want to fight over this. Maybe Raynor comes in, but he's going to get caught, and again, another kill for Blue.
The DPS sandwich and stun potential from Uther can really decimate single squishy targets. Both Nazeeba and James Raynor, not exactly the tankiest. They do focus more upon specialized roles and DPS. So, you know, that level of damage come out from Blue puts them on par with not only the kills, but the level, and they get themselves a tribute.
Yeah, looking at the bottom lane, though, they did get the Siege Giants, so they are going to be pushing on this tower, but it looks like there's going to be a 2v2 bot lane.
Yeah, Daybringer's going to try to do the damage here on top of Nova, but again, that defensive option coming out from Tyrael, the ultimate from Jamal, that lightning storm, just really bringing Tyrael down to killable range, but it does not look like it's going to be quite that kill yet. You see 2 Falstads on here. That is the Abathur clone coming into effect. The stun from Uther, nearly enough to bring down James Raynor before he gets to that wall. Speaking of the wall from Tassadar is going to be trapping the Falstad there, but that is not the real Falstad. That's the clone Falstad, so it's not going to be a kill there for Red. In comes Illidan from the side with that Mark of Asnoth Brock, and he is going to take home a kill for the team.
A huge skirmish in the bot lane. We saw, I'm pretty sure, every ultimate used there, and Red's not looking so good here, as he barely escapes into the fort.
Tassadar gets himself a clutch shield at the end of it, and he actually renders people with shields and then invisible and invulnerable for up to 2 seconds. So quite the support class to have on your side, but also some really clutch plays coming out. You see this as a 2v1 against Nazeeba. It's actually Abathur infesting Vala to try to get this tribute, but now with Falstad coming in the back, Vala's just going to go in with that vault, and I think we're going to see the kill. Yes, it will be the drop there on top of Nazeeba, but Tassadar is going to come in. That wall of mummies actually does a lot of damage, and the shield going to be blocking out Vala. Takes a tower shot and drops.
Yeah, the quicker roam came from Blue Team there, and he's getting, Falstad's getting caught out a little. It might, no, not quite making it over the wall. He's going to drop.
Nova and those snipes, man, she has quite the range on her, and she's actually had a few long-distance last shots to her name already. 4 kills apiece, level 12, 2 for 2 on the tributes. Red team's kind of losing out a little bit of steam from their initial stints.
This next tribute, oh, Uther's getting caught. Can he make it past the wall? Baby!
He's good.
Oh, the gate.
That gate, man.
Just blocking the damage from Nova there. Ooh, close one.
And then Nova, frustrated, just actually last hits it there as well. But that is something to note here. The gates will block out enemy vision and skill shots.
A 4-man push in this bot lane, though. They're going to do some serious damage to these turrets here, but they want to defend here.
Jimmy brings in the Hyperion, but Falstead clears it out with lightning storms. And that is going to be a little bit of a hard counter, at least to that ult. Tyrael, you see really low hit points off to the side. He's going to have to run for it, but Vala with that vault and the stun from Uther, they are going to take down Nazeeba. Illidan comes in as well. Big damage on top of Raynor. Not entirely too sure he was prepared for that level of damage, but he does drop, and now the kill lead is going to go the way of blue.
And and what a great timing for blue team. They just got 2 kills, and the tribute spawns near them. This is probably going to be an easy pickup for blue. Oh, looks like Tassadar just stops Illidan. Just a cheeky little love tap just to stop the cap.
Just in time, but he's going to throw up the wall, try to keep out the rest of blue, but that might have actually cost him. It will. That is going to be the tribute. Illidan now looking for blood on top of Tassadar, decides better of it, however. He's going to get himself that watchtower, but the curse is now in effect. We're going to see Vala unfortunately drop to this 2v1. Again, that's quite the combo between Tyrael and Nova. It's cleaned up quite a few kills, but minions are cursed. 1 hit point and towers do not shoot. That's going to be the entire duration here for another 45 seconds. It's a great time to push for your team.
Most definitely. I mean, they've already taken 1 fort. Minions will automatically push on their own since there's nothing to stop them. Let's see how much more they can get out of this.
Well, it looks like Nova has actually dropped. It's going to be another kill for the blue. You can see Jamal just, again, ignoring all obstacles as we have Illidan going in. You see the damage reduction coming out from Tyrael, but Illidan has no cares. He's just going to take down Nazeeba as quick as he can. Abathur providing shields and spines. Double kill going the way of Illidan. Falstead looking for that lightning storm on top of Tyrael. Doesn't quite get it, but yeah, Tyrael can actually avoid some obstacles by using his punishing blade, but Falstead can follow straight into the base, and that's going to actually lead up to the kill for Vala as Tyrael has finally dropped.
Yeah, this is going to be their 3rd fort if they manage to get this, but the curse is now done. But here comes the Hyperion.
Yeah, no lightning storm this time, so the Hyperion should be just the key to getting out of dodge. That's going to be the ult there from Nova. Takes down Uther, but Uther comes back to life as a ghost as his passive, so he's going to try to do a little bit of extra damage as he still has a little bit of time to go. Raynor, however, is going to take quite a bit. You see Illidan jumping in the back there as well. He's going to go 2-on-1, 3-on-1, Abathur and the clone. That's 2 Illidans laying waste to the red team with the help of Vala, and they do their 3rd fort, so that curse did end up doing a massive amount of damage to red team.
Most definitely. With 3 forts down, they just have the back lane of forts to rely on now, as Illidan goes in again.
No, that was Tyrael, man. His ultimate charge coming in, and now he's going to look for the kill on top of Illidan, but it's going to go the way of Nazeeba and those spiders. Again, seek and destroy. Don't even have to control them, but, you know, Tyrael can really pack a punch once he gets that heroic ability up.
Oh, so Red's not looking so good right now. They're behind in levels. They're behind in forts. Vala is, we're calling it a very oh, she just mounted instead.
Yeah. Vala's going to get out of dodge, and you saw the shield coming out from Abathur just to ensure her safe arrival home. Tyrael's going to go into the minion camp here with Machina, and they're going to try to get these siege minions yet again. It's interesting, when they actually get defeated, they surrender themselves.
Yeah, they're actually cowering. I guess you show their power over them, and then you prove yourself so they'll fight for you.
You are the alpha ogre?
I guess so.
I think those are ogres.
They're most definitely siege giants, though.
Well, back in the day, it was ogres used to be all 2-headed, but then they actually reverted that change with World of Warcraft, so... Either way, mercenary camps going from both sides. You can see blue now successfully getting. There's the Hyperion going to fly and continue cruising, I guess. it doesn't need to battle, not whatsoever. So, you know, red team has their hands full, but another tribute has spawned. If they can grab it, they will actually curse the blue and have an attempt at a push, but it does not look like they're going to be in position.
Not at all. They're stuck in mid lane. These siege giants will do some damage to the towers, but they're instead they're going to go after the heroes instead. And
again, Illidan, Vala, Falstad, really mobile champions here. Big DPS. Speaking of the DPS, there goes that charge again. The wall comes out from Tassadar, but it is just going to be the lightning storm from Falstad to return the damage. Doesn't save Vala or Uther. They're both going to be down, but Torsten does get the help of Abathur. He's now going to actually turn around 2-on-1. Falstad's going to have to try to run out of this one, but looks like he's actually going to get out of that team fight. But somehow, it's all about the Abathur Illidan combo. He goes 2v1 and finally drops, I think, to Raynor. I think it was Raynor that got that last shot on top of him. But still, the power of Illidan is unsurpassed.
Yeah, a 3-for-2 trade there. And that's a great timing because the tribute's finally spawning in favor of red. Looks like they're finally going to be able to get their curse.
Moon is in position, and with 3 dead blue heroes, it's as good as time as any. The question is, can they, you know, they're down in kills, they're down in level. Can they actually push out and grab a fort? They are down 3 forts, and at this point, I mean, they haven't really been winning a lot of team fights with only their big break just coming out recently. I'm curious to see if they can actually, you know, drive this point home.
Yeah, they have a minute power play to work with, but Falstad's going in here. Doesn't look like
he's going to be just trying to chase away Jimmy, and it's working because Jimmy has no hit points.
Yeah, as I said earlier, the distinct lack of sustain on red team seems to be a problem, with Uther just constantly giving out the heals, constantly keeping his team healthy, whereas red doesn't have that luxury.
Tyrio's going to go in there to the back on top of Falstad, looking for some damage. Doesn't really get what he was looking for. As you see, Tyrio now actually really low on the hit points. The Lightning Storm is going to come out, but that's the Nova ult. 1, 2, 3, killing spree. It's going to be the death of Falstad as Johnsy in the back. He's going to get out of dodge. The Vengeance, Reign of Vengeance coming out from Daybringer, but didn't actually land. Here comes Illidan, though. Gets himself not a kill. That's actually going to be Falstad dropping somewhere off screen.
That wall almost stopping Illidan, but he's continuing to chase Tassadar there up top. And Uther walks away from the fight again.
Well, Uther kind of got trapped by mummies. I'm not too sure if walking away is the right way to put it. But you saw Nova's clone, or her mirror image coming out, just trying to chase away Illidan. But here comes Uther with the heal, and this is looking like a very powerful push. 2 DPS and the you know, support tank in the back with the heals. I mean, what can red do against this?
Not much. Tyrael is half health and 3 heroes down. Abathur's in this fight. It's technically a 4-on-2, and I don't think they can defend this. They're gonna have to give it up.
One tower dropping. The gate's gone with the second now as well. That's gonna leave this palace just a little open. It does have his own attack variables, but, you know, Tyrael and Nova in the back, not exactly being able to deal with this.
The team's slowly responding, so it looks like they're going to force them away and actually kind of engage this fight on Vala.
It was a really risky jump in there from Johnsy. You see the Hyperion come out, but once again, Falstad is there to take it down. The turbulent skies is no match for the battlecruiser. And I'm a little surprised Tyrio's actually going to get out of that one, but we do lose out Vala. You can see the mummy channel here from Naziva. That is his heroic ability, and it does look like red will hold. Uther even going to take home a kill in the back in his ghost form.
Yeah, Uther, after he dies, stays alive for a couple more seconds, just basically invulnerable and just basically kind of a pain to deal with once he's dead.
Well, you kill him, and then you just make him stronger. Well, that's actually a lie. You make him weaker, but he's invulnerable at the same time. So he is, again, like, very stable. I think we've seen him in every single show match to date.
Yeah, while he's alive, he gives great sustain to your team. While he's dead, you know, you get 10 more seconds out of him. That's a pretty good heroic ability, if I don't say so myself.
Pretty darn useful. Coming into this, though, I mean, we've had both curses now down on each team. 14 kills to 19, level 19 each. Whoever gets level 20 and unlocks their storm powers first is going to have a heck of an advantage in the next team fight.
Yeah, tribute spawning in the back lane, bot lane though. Although I'm not sure we're gonna get to another 3 tributes. This game is looking to be ending very shortly with heroes almost reaching 20, excuse me.
I love the ambush setup here from Red. You got the invisibility on Nova. You got everyone else there in the bush. Blue is just not taking the bait.
No, they set up a beautiful bush gank down there, but Blue is up top. Looks like they're grabbing the Grave Golem.
So Grave Golem plus all 5 of them top. Well, 4 plus Abathur, I guess I should really say. You see the multi-shot just clearing out the creep waves with the help of Illidan. And if Red doesn't respond to this, they are very much in danger of losing this game.
It looks like Red wants to return with the Grave Golem themselves, but they need to get back to home base because there's only one fort that Blue has to go through before they can hit the palace.
Well, there goes the first, only 2 forts left here from Red. The Grave Golem is indeed going to be the objective here in the bot, but it's just so far away from danger territory. Blue can just safely ignore it. They're going to go in for this team fight. It does look like Uther is actually now dropped. He's going to go back into that ghost form. He's looking for just helping out his team, but they already got a kill on top of Tyrael, and that Grave Golem is slamming on top of that palace.
If they need to kill that Grave Golem, it's just dealing consistent damage, and it has quite a lot of health, which is allowing Illidan to be in the bottom. Just finishing off the palace here. It's going to be really close. Can they stop the palace from going down? No, they can't, and that's going to be GG.
There is way too much spread out DPS coming out from Red. You can see Illidan off to the side, low hit points. The Grave Golem, low hit points. And just, they couldn't deal with it. I mean, Red, they set themselves up for that tribute. They weren't able to grab, a second curse. And then the positioning was just not their friend for that last fight.
No, definitely not. I think the overarching story, though, was they just had no sustain compared to Uther just pumping out the heals, keeping their teammates safe, especially the Illidan, who seemed to do massive amounts of damage in each team fight.
So the Uther heals plus the shields coming out of Abathur, just really doing much better than the shields out of Tassadar and the damage reduction from Tyrael. Like, Nazeeba as a specialist hero doesn't actually have a healing component to his kit. It's all about damage and pushing. So, that might be something to look at in terms of the balance notes. Sustain comps might actually be, the current meta. But also, again, I want to give big props to the Abathur Illidan combo. So many times did we see fights get turned around because of that clone, because of those shields.
Yeah, 2 Illidan's diving on a very, very squishy target pretty much eliminates that member off the map. And we saw it a couple times when Nazeeba or Nova just disappears. All
right, so that is going to be the Cursed Hollow here, guys, from the Devs show match. I've been FourCourtJester. With me here, Squishei. You are watching the Stormforged Heroes. And we'll catch you next show match.